Julie, sports massage therapist and yoga teacher. So this week is just a little bit of combination of everything we've looked at individually, just put together into a short sequence. As always, start with connecting to your breath. So just coming onto your backs. Have your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Try and have your feet pointing straight ahead. And just rest your hands on your belly. And as you breathe in, just noticing your belly expanding. And as you breathe out, just notice everything contracting. And then pressing down through your feet, just taking your hands onto your hip bone, find the pointy part of your hips. As you breathe in, you're going to allow that to draw up towards your chest. And then as you exhale, you're going to be pointy bit of your hips points towards your knees. So it's just very subtle to begin with. And after your next exhale, so just finishing the movement with the exhale, just coming to rest, allowing your hips to be more neutral, so just pointy bits pointing up towards the ceiling. And then as you inhale, you're going to just think of the movement coming from just under your rib cage, drawing your knees in towards your hip bones. As you exhale, flexing your heels, pushing up through your heels up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bending your knees, lowering your feet back down. Try, if you can, to keep your lower back pressing down into your mat. So taking a deep breath in as you exhale, keep your back pressing down into the floor. So this is going to work your abs, bringing the knees in over your hips, pressing through your heels, sending your heels up towards the ceiling. Inhale, bending your knees as you exhale, keeping your back in towards the floor, lowering your heels down. And one more deep breath in as you exhale, drawing your knees in over your hips. Press your heels up towards the ceiling. Inhale, bending your knees. If you find your back's coming up, you can just stay here and work through this. And then lowering knees down. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Gently rock forwards and backwards. And then coming to sitting, you're going to press down through the backs of your legs. Think of lengthening through your spine as if something's pulling your chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, lower your hands down, press down through your hands. This can either be straight-legged or bent-legged, lifting your hips up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, hands down. Choose your option, bent or straight. Lifting your hips up. Exhale to lower, reaching your arms up. exhale, lowering down, lifting up. And then lowering your hips down, coming over onto one side. This can be bent knees or straight legs. Inhale, reaching up. Imagine somebody's pulling your top hand up. Allow your hips to follow. Lifting up, taking a deep breath in and out. And then coming over onto plank. The shoulder, hips, heels. As you exhale, lift your hips up and back into downward dog. We're going to take 3 breaths here. And then reaching back through your right leg, swinging your knee through. You might find you have to give it a hand. Option to lower the back knee or keeping the back leg straight. If it's straight, press down through your feet, reaching back through your back heel as you inhale, lifting your arms up towards the ceiling, sinking down. Exhale, lower your hands down. You're going to walk your back leg in, pressing down through your feet, both feet pointing ahead. Pressing down through the balls of your big toe. Gently draw your hips back. Keep pressing down through your feet. And just gently walking your hands down, maybe bending your knees at the front. If it's really, really uncomfortable, just take a slight bend and then just play with bending and straightening. Maybe curl your chin towards your chest. And then inhale, coming up, reaching your arms up over your head. Exhale, lowering down, bending through the front knee, step back to downward dog. On your next exhale, bring yourself forwards into plank. And then if you have the bent knee option, lower your knees down, rolling onto one side. Straight-legged, you can choose your option wisely as you inhale, reaching up, lifting your hips up. Exhale, roll back to plank. Lift your hips up into downward dog. Going to take 3 breaths here. And then reaching back through your left heel, swing your left knee through to your hands. Again, option to lower the back knee down or legs straight. Inhale, reaching arms up. Exhale, lower your hands down, walk your back leg in. Pressing down through your feet, gently drawing your hips back and just working with just where your hamstrings are at. If you need to bend the knee, do. And again, just maybe curling your chin in towards your chest. And then gently bending the front knee. Inhale to come up. Exhale, lowering down, stepping back into downward dog. Exhale, come forwards to plank. Option to lower here or drop your knees, chest, chin. Draw your hands alongside your elbows, walking your elbows under your shoulders and just allowing yourself to feel that nice stretch all the way along the front of your body. Chin stays tilted slightly towards your collarbone, just to keep the back of your neck nice and long. Exhale, tuck your toes underneath. Gently draw your hips back. Take your knees wide. Big toes touch together. And just bringing your self back into child's pose. You can keep your hands palms down, or just maybe exploring turning your palms up towards the ceiling, just seeing how that feels in your shoulders. Bring your awareness onto the back of your body. Just noticing the movement your breath creates through the back of your body as you're inhaling and exhaling. And then whenever you're ready, just gently bringing yourself up to sitting. So that's just a little something to play with. Next week, I'm going to do a sequence focused around diaphragm and abs, more of a relaxing and lengthening, just to allow ourselves to focus and practice breathing freely through this whole area, because, well, say running, but it can also just be stress at work, sat badly all day long, or just sat very still all day long. We can become quite restricted, and that can interfere with how we can then breathe in other activities in our life. So have a great week, and I will see you next week.